Yo, what is up, y'all? Travis here. I am back for a new review for the new project from Central Cee. So, Central Cee, he is a artist from England, London, and he is a drill kind of. He's kind of like UK drill, but he has kind of the like essence of a trap like rapper from here. So it's kind of a combo there. But he dropped a new project. And my thoughts on this well, before I kind of say that, my thoughts on Central Cee are he's cool. He is cool. He has some cool songs. He can rap for sure. My whole thing on him is though, I kind of think he kind of has that same flaw of like he tends to have the same flow. Like, you know what I'm saying? He tends to have that flaw. But the majority though of the time he sounds good. He sounds good. So yeah. With that being said, he dropped a brand new project Friday, and my thoughts on this project are, I feel like this project has its highs for sure. There are songs on here for sure that sound good. There are songs on here where he actually gets very personal here. Like on some songs, he talks about like the struggles he's faced. He's talked about the struggles he's faced with his mom and his brother. He kind of talked about that whole that cheating thing that kind of happened with his girlfriend at the time, like that whole thing with his girlfriend and Ice Spice, and yeah. Yeah. So he kind of talked about that some on here. So there were a few songs on here that actually did sound good. He was kind of getting personal. And like he sounds good. You know what I'm saying? He does sound good. Like, he can ride the beat very, very good. Pause. Yeah. So the songs, but I do feel like it kind of goes back to the same thing that I've kind of was saying. This project is kind of the same, where I feel like it goes back to the flaw that I was saying. That he tends to have that same problem of just having the same flow, having the same delivery, just kind of having that flaw, right? And I think that's kind of what the problem here. That was kind of the problem throughout this project. Was while there were some songs on here that sounded great, they sounded good. I do feel like that flaw of him having that same flow can kind of start to cause the project to kind of start dragging on some. And I kind of feel like that's what happened here somewhat. While this project was like 17 songs, but by like track 12, it kind of started to drag a little bit, because some songs he changed it up. Like I think like 3 songs he tried a much more kind of a lower, like, what I mean. But for the majority of that project, he kept that very fast paced, that very hard hitting kind of flow, which on some songs sound good. Don't get me wrong, he sounds good. That flow does sound good. Do not get me wrong. He has a very kind of catchy flow. But I do think for a full, like, album, that can kind of start to drag some. And I kind of think that was the problem here. And while yes, some of the content here, it's like I said, some of the content here, yeah, he kind of got personal a little bit. He kind of says, you know, while he is famous, he is rich. Just some of the problems he's dealing with right now when it comes to friends and family, and kind of some of the he says himself on here that some of the sins he's had, just some of the shit he's done, just some of the shit he has done in the past. It's kind of starting to catch up to them some, and he was kind of saying that here. So I thought, yeah, cool, all right, cool. So some of the content here is good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's just that flow, that same delivery, that same flow does kind of start to drag it some. He had features here. He had 21 Savage, which don't get me wrong, that song was fire. That song with 21 Savage was hard. That song with 21 was actually hard. I feel like the kind of whole back and forth he kind of had on the Taurus, fire. Yeah, 21 Savage, 21, he had Dirk on here. Yeah, it was kind of he had 21, Lil Durk. He had Skepta. He had Skepta. He had Dave on here. And yeah, so I thought just some of those songs were good. I feel like some of the songs were kinda, and that song with Dirk where he sampled the "So sick of love songs, so tired and tears," like that song, he sampled that song on here, like, but don't get me wrong, he tried to change it up on some songs, yeah, but I just feel like, yeah, it was kind of starting to drag a little bit. Highs on here though for sure, but I do think some of it was starting to drag. With that being said though, I hope y'all enjoyed my review. Y'all comment y'all's thoughts down below. How did y'all feel about it? Did y'all like it? Did y'all not? Explain why. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So come subscribe, like, share, all that great stuff. Don't gotta keep saying it. 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 Just come subscribe. Come join. Come like. Come share. Come join the family. Cool stuff to come. So stay tuned for all of that. I will see you guys soon. And have a great night. Have a great start to your week. And I will see you guys soon. And goodbye.